right, hooked up. You hooked up?
Yeah,
come on with it.
What up, dog?
All right, hooked up. Good afternoon, Jetty Rockers. Hope you guys are doing good. On this video, we're going to do something a little bit different. This is just basically going to be a discussion video. And we're going to be discussing the topics of electric reels versus manual cranking. We're going to be discussing when to use an electric reel and why to use an electric reel. And we're going to talk about how and why deep dropping has become such a popular style of fishing. Recently, I did a video with Captain Sonny Richards on Alcoholics Anonymous. We were out there in Sebastian Inlet and we were deep dropping for golden tilefish, and we were using electric reels. And to my surprise, I got a lot of negative comments about the deep dropping, about using electric reels. Kind of opened my eyes a little bit. But deep dropping is actually one of my favorite ways of fishing. I love deep dropping, and it has nothing to do with the sport aspect of it. Because yes, there is sport fishing, there is meat fishing, and there's just going out there and catching new species that you never caught before, and you're accessing a depth of water that's not really accessible unless you're using electric reels. Some people will say you can manual crank 600 feet of water. If you want to do that, be my guest. I'm not manual cranking in 600 feet of water. Just not going to do it. It's way too much work. You'll wear yourself out, and you may only get, one shot at a good fish, and that's it. There is a lot of stuff involved with these electric reels that's not shown in the videos. There's a lot to it. It's not just drop a bait down and push a button. The first thing I want to make a comment on or talk about is a lot of people that I have realized, a lot of people don't think electric reels is sporting. It's really not the point if it's sporting or not. When you're electric reel fishing, you're doing it for one or two reasons. You're meat trip fishing, which you just want to get as much meat in the boat as you possibly can. Basically, more of a commercial fishing mindset. Get as much meat in the boat as you possibly can, as fast as you can. And there's still a lot of work involved with that. Yeah, the reel's doing the work for you cranking wise, but you got to set up the lines. When you're doing it, a lot of times you're using triple, quadruple, 5 hooks. There's a lot of work involved in that aspect. Rigging baits, dropping baits. You're constantly reeling up, constantly dropping, constantly reeling, constantly dropping, because you are not anchored when you're doing this. You are completely drifting. And sometimes you're moving. You're just jumping spot to spot to spot. So there's a lot of work involved with it. The biggest draw for me and a lot of people I know for deep dropping is the species of fish that you catch. You're catching stuff like golden tilefish that you don't normally get. You're catching stuff like yellow-edged grouper, barrel fish. In some areas you can catch black belly rosefish. You can catch queen snapper, yellow eye snapper, mystic grouper. There's a whole array of species that isn't accessible unless you're pretty much using an electric reel and you're fishing in those depths of water. I'm talking 400 up to 1,000 feet of water. Manual cranking is just not practical to use in those applications. Can it be done? Yes, it can be done. I have seen people do it. I have attempted it one time, and I will never do it again because it will wear you out, because you're using lead anywhere from 2 pounds. I've used lead all the way up to 8-9 pounds before. It just depends on the current. And you don't want to be cranking 9 pounds of lead or even 4 pounds of lead 600 feet. By the time you get to the top, your arm is spent. And another reason or why to use an electric reel that I used and my buddy Bill used is when we're just strictly out for a meat trip. And we're still fishing in pretty deep water. Usually we'll tend to do it 250 up to 350, 400, because that's where those kind of fish live at. And we're targeting your big trigger fish, your red porgies, your big vermilions. Sometimes you can get snowy grouper doing that, and sometimes you can get a couple other things. But we're basically doing, when we do that, we're using anywhere from 2 to 4 hooks. We're dropping down 3 pounds of lead, and we're sticking and moving. I mean, we may fish an area, 2-3 drops, move, 2 or 3 drops, move, we're going fast. And we normally do that at the end of the day when we've already been doing something else, like we've already been wahoo fishing, or we've already been out there to the deep water dropping for golden tile fish or whatever else we can find. And you're already pretty much tired. And yes, we use electric reels doing that. It's more of a commercial fishing mindset. It is. It's still fun. It's a lot of fun. I mean, Bill and I enjoy it, and anybody else I've done that with absolutely enjoy it. It's a lot of fun. But is it really sporty? I can see the point people saying it's not sporty. It's really not that sporty because you're not really cranking, but there's still a lot of work involved with it because there's a lot of dropping involved. There's a lot of moving the boat involved because, again, you're not anchoring because you're in 200 plus feet of water and you're constantly baiting hooks and all that stuff. There's a lot of work involved with it, and it's very time consuming. It's just not as easy as pushing a button. And a lot of people think that's what it is, but it's really not. And I challenge anybody that will comment and say that's what it is to actually go out and do it for yourself, and you realize real quick it's not that easy. With all that being said, no, I don't recommend deep dropping for everybody. Not everybody's going to like it. It is not for everybody. If you know, some people could care less if they're catching a golden tile fish or a yellow edge grouper or a barrel fish. They have no desire to catch stuff like that. They rather go out in the flat water and sight fish for redfish, and all that stuff is really cool. I mean, that is fun. Everybody likes doing that. I love doing that. I like fishing for everything and every style of fishing. Freshwater fishing, land-based fishing, inshore, offshore, deep dropping, trolling. I like it all. I mean, I used to be a commercial fisherman years ago. Bill Coppage and I from Jacked Up Fishing, we commercial fish together a lot. And you know, I just like it all. And he likes it all. There's not any form of fishing that we don't like to do. We like it all. And I'm not judgmental, you know, of other people who like different styles of fishing. Because there's people who like fly fishing. Me personally, I think fly fishing is boring. It's not for me. I've tried it. I've done it. I've caught a few fish on it. But it's not something that I really like to do. It's not one of my go-to things. I like sight fishing for redfish. But after I do it 2 or 3 times, I'm kind of bored of it. I want to go do something else. You know, everybody's got their opinions on different styles of fishing. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. This is kind of a different video. This is basically just a discussion video. And the main purpose of this video is to get out my thoughts on electric reels and deep drop fishing and to see everybody's comments down here. So in this, please, everybody be respectful of each other. One thing I can't stand is subscribers fighting and being disrespectful to each other. Don't be that way. This is an open platform. This is a cool place where everybody can talk. We can all, you know, get our points across without being rude. Okay, so comment section's open. Please leave your comments. Tell me if you like bottom dropping, deep dropping. Do you like electric reels? Do you think it's stupid? Do you think it's, you know, not sporty? Do you think it's a lazy way of fishing? You know, I just want to hear everybody's views. I heard some of them on some of the other videos that I did, the tile fish with Captain Sunny. It kind of opened my eyes a little bit that, you know, some of y'all pretty judgmental. But hey, that's part of it. If you're a fisherman, you can be very judgmental, and I understand that, and you can be very opinionated. I get that. I'm a fisherman. I've been fishing my entire life. I've done every aspect of fishing pretty much. I've done tournaments. I've done commercial. I'm doing YouTube. I've done just straight recreational. The only thing I haven't done is guide, which I'm working on that as well. So comment section's open, guys, but please be respectful. Until I see you all again, tight lines, Jetty Rockers, and we'll see you on the next video.
All right, am I seeing some color yet?
Yep, see color. Color. Decent sized fish. Decent one. That's a good one, Bill. That's a good one, Billy.
Ooh.
That's a good one, man. Dude, that's a good one.
Nice. Yeah.
Can we get him up? Yeah, we can get him up. Dude, come on with your bad self.
Nice.